In today's video, I'd like to teach you how to properly adjust and set the auger housing on an Ariens Snow Blower. Now, why would you want to make these adjustments? Well, I'll give you 3 good reasons. This is something you should do every year. Reason number 1 is to help ensure that your cutting edge, your steel cutting edge, doesn't wear out prematurely. Reason number 2 is it helps to prevent the machine from drawing in anomalies to the propeller shaft. Specifically, I'm talking to people that use their machine on gravel driveways and unpaved surfaces, because the last thing you want is a rock to get sucked into that propeller shaft, get jammed in there, and if a shear bolt doesn't break, you might blow apart your engine. Reason number 3 you want to do this, for people that have these machines equipped with auto turn, my machine is equipped with auto turn, making these adjustments in conjunction with adding poly shoes helps to ensure that the auto turn works as smooth as possible, which I've had my complaints about the auto turn feature, but I found that making these adjustments and adding the poly shoes definitely improves the handling of this machine, and it's a lot more enjoyable to use now. So the first thing we need to do is ensure that we have equal air pressure on either side of the machine. So you want to look at the sidewall of your tires. Look at the max tire inflation pressure, in my case 20 psi. So the first thing we need to do is ensure that both tires are filled up to precisely 20 psi. From there, you're going to need a 9/16 socket. The next thing we need to do is loosen up the bolts that hold the shoes onto the sides of the auger housing. And you want to ensure that these shoes can go up and down. Now for the next step, it's critically important that your machine is on a flat level surface, ideally a nice concrete pad. And what you're going to want to pay attention to is the top of the auger housing, specifically the left corner and the right corner. So I'm going to grab the handles and I'm going to rotate the machine back slowly. I don't know if you can see, but the left top of the auger housing is picking up a little bit before the right side. And when I put it back down, same thing, the right side is hitting first, and then it's going down to the left side. We need to correct that. So what we need to do, we need to allow the auger housing to rotate. So in front of the left tire and the right tire, there are adjustment bolts that we need to loosen up. There's going to be 1 bolt on either side, 9/16. I wasn't able to get straight in here, but I was able to access this bolt with a swivel. So we're going to loosen up the bolt on the left side of the machine. All right, that's nice and loose. We'll do the same thing on the right side of the machine. Now with these 2 bolts loose, this will allow the auger assembly to rotate independently of the engine portion on the frame. Now with those 2 adjustment bolts loose, I like to lift up the auger housing and slam it on the floor 2 or 3 times, just to allow everything to settle. And now we're going to tighten up those bolts. So after finishing that adjustment, the cutting edge should now sit flat on the ground, and as we push down on these handles, both the top left and top right edge of the auger housing should rise and fall at the same rate. So let's give it a test. And everything's going up and down evenly, and that's what you want. So now we need to set spacers in between the cutting edge and the floor. Now the question is, how thick do you want those spacers to be? Well, let's take a look at the instruction manual. So if you have a hard, flat surface you plan to commonly use this machine on, such as asphalt or concrete, the instructions call for 2 3mm or 1/8 inch thick spacers. Now, on the other hand, if you're going to be using this machine on uneven or gravel surfaces, the instructions call for 2 22mm or 7/8 inch thick spacers. So because I'm going to be using my machine on asphalt, I have 2 1/8 inch spacers, so I will position these right in front of that cutting edge, and I will lift up the machine and allow that cutting edge to sit on those 1/8 inch spacers. Do I line it up good? Yep, that looks good. Now the final thing we need to do is to push our shoes firmly on the floor and tighten up the 2 holding bolts. Now this is a good time to also inspect your shoes for wear. I can see some wear on the front here, but I'm going to try and get another season out of this side before I flip them. Just to give you an idea, this is about 2 seasons of use with these poly shoes, and I find that they wear about as fast as traditional steel shoes. So we'll apply some firm down pressure, tighten up the bolts. Now there is a carriage bolt on the inside, and you just want to ensure that that carriage bolt is engaging with the auger housing. looks good. Repeat on the other side. A little bit of firm down pressure. Tighten her up. Let's back the machine off the spacers. Give it a tilt test, ensure everything's coming down evenly. And that is really good. So this machine is now properly adjusted for the season. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'll leave links for these poly skid shoes in the description down below. As always, I will catch you on the next one.